How are we, guys? Just want to do a quick video today just on some hints and tips on how to set up your swag. Some of these will actually save your life, so stick around, watch this, you'll be surprised. Alrighty, we'll start off. Pretty much you want to pick your ground where you want to set up. You don't want to be setting up on pretty much any ant's nest, anything like that. You don't want to be setting up too close to a creek. Good little tip: if you are going to set up near a creek, have a look at your tree line and it will tell you where all the debris is, roughly your height that that river might rise up to. Remember too, you know, it might rain 30-40 k's away. The weather might be fine where you are, but you'll get those flash floods that come through. So set yourself back off that creek. When you do set up, try and find some nice level ground as well. Any sticks, any rocks, you pretty much want to clear the area, so when you do set your swag up, you're not getting all those sticks and rocks sort of poking you throughout the night and having a real uncomfortable sleep. So we'll set this swag up. I'll show you guys how I set it up. I'll give you some more tips. Alrighty, so I'll clear some of these sticks out just to give myself a little bit of room here. I usually just take my old little tarp, little ground sheet, and I'll throw that on the ground first, which actually keeps some of that cold out. And if the grass is wet or it is wet ground, anything like that, you'll find that this will actually keep the moisture from the bottom of your swag there as well. So a good little tip, little plastic drop sheet underneath your swag. Alright, another good little tip, guys. Before you actually go out camping with your swag, check all your gear. So make sure that all your poles, your little aluminium poles here, make sure they're all good. They're not broken, there's no actual little cracks or fractures in them. Check your guide ropes, make sure you've got everything, and also make sure you've got your little pegs as well. So a good little tip before you go out, check all your gear. So another good little tip, guys, with your zippers, pretty much if you just get a candle, just a wax candle, all you'll do is just run that over this, just your zippers, and that will sort of keep them nice and maintained, so you never have dramas doing up your zips as well. Always keep your swag closed, so when you pack it up, make sure you zip, all your zippers are up, so when you set it back up, you can always open and close your zippers. During the day, keep them closed, stops all your snakes and spiders also getting in there. Another setup I do sometimes, depends where I go camping, and if I have the room, I actually set up a stretcher as well. So that does take up a bit more room, and they're about sort of 10 kilos each stretcher. So I'll put this on a stretcher. I'll show you my setup when I take my stretcher out as well. Alrighty, another really good tip, guys. If you're going to tie up to the back of a vehicle, make sure the vehicle that you've tied up to, you've got the keys. So the whole point is, with the vehicle, you tie it up, you take the keys out of that vehicle so nobody can start that vehicle. So there was a problem probably about 15-20 years ago now that we were away camping. It was a big massive music festival. We were camping, one of the young blokes tied his swag up to the back of the vehicle. His mate actually got cold, jumped in the vehicle, turned the vehicle on, and yeah, the poor kid had his window open on his swag, and he actually died. He passed away. He got poison, carbon monoxide poisoning from the vehicle. So they didn't realise in the morning when the poor fella never woke up out of his swag. So make sure if you are tying up to a vehicle, you do take the keys for that vehicle and you put them in your swag with you. Saves you getting run over as well, and also somebody starting the car up. Alright, so pretty much that's my little stretcher. I'll put the swag up on there that keeps me off the ground. So I'll mainly use that if it's really cold up in the mountains. I'll use this type of setup as well. Depends if I've got the room to take the stretcher. If not, like I said, I usually just put it straight onto the ground, just with my drop sheet, which isn't too bad. Good thing once you get your swags too, guys, also season them. It's a matter of just setting them up, closing them right up, hitting them with some water. Let the canvas soak in the water. That will swell. Your canvas will swell and close a lot of those holes where the stitching is. Because you find that when they stitch all these swags up, that the needle's quite big, go through, punch a hole in the swag with the cotton, and it will leave these holes quite big. So you season your swags, give them a good hose, let them dry out, hose them down again, and you do that 3-4 times and you should be fine. So like I said guys, setting up, a few key points, try and set up on flat ground, move your rocks and your sticks away, don't set up near your ant's nest. Another one, don't set up on game trails either. So anywhere that you can see a path where game have gone through, don't set up there or too close to the actual bush roads, the tracks themselves. So there's a couple of little hints and tips guys. If you have anything to chuck in that comments down below, put in there your little tips and hints. We'll catch you on the next one. Remember, life is better outdoors.